Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, today in this video I am going to go over my rod setup for my Topwater walking bait. And the one I like to throw the most is this Rapala Skitter V in the bone color. I love throwing this a lot, and this thing, it catches I've caught a ton of fish on it, all kinds of fish. It's been a really good bait. But we're not talking about the bait today. We're talking about the rod setup. And this rod, it's okay. So it's beat up pretty good. Again, it's one of the rods that I built, but just go with like the action. This is not brand specific. Again, it's just action. So this rod has been a really good rod for me. And this one, this is a 7-foot medium heavy, moderate fast action rod. And the reason why I went with that is because I wanted, for this one for sure, I wanted the parabolic bend because of the treble hooks. And but I wanted the power, I wanted the strength in the backbone, you know, to be able, if it's a bigger fish, to be able to power that fish through. So, and the 7-foot length is to help cast further out. So that's the reason why I went with that, with this rod, this style of rod, type of rod. A 7-foot, medium heavy, but with a moderate fast action. And you could even go with a moderate too, but for me, I like a little bit more backbone on my rods when I'm fishing, because it just kind of helps me pull those fish in a little bit faster. Granted, you know, there's treble hooks here, so you're not trying to really pull this fish in as fast as, like, say you are, you know, it's like me throwing a jig or you know, a flip and pitch and bait, or, you know, a frog. These treble hooks, you don't want to pull them in too fast, you could lose the fish. But I still do want to have power in this rod to be able to pull on a fish if I need to. With that said, the reel, this is an older Quantum Kinetic PT reel. I don't even know how old it is, but it's an older reel. It's not ancient, obviously, but it is an older reel. It's been doing really well for me for this Topwater bait. I have it set up just right, so I have no reason to switch it out. And this reel, I mean, the drag doesn't have to, I mean, honestly, I don't even really know the full details on the drag on this reel, but it's not designed to have a ton of drag, and that's okay. It's treble hooks, you don't need a ton of drag. We're not throwing in heavy cover. This is a 6.3 to 1, and I mean, a lot of my other rods, I typically do like to have a faster reel, but like I said before, this one's been working out really well. I haven't had a chance. I don't have a reason to swap it out just yet. So I mean, until it breaks or something. But I'm going to do some maintenance on this reel and make it last that much longer. So the reel's doing pretty good. 6.3 to 1 reel. You know, medium drag. Don't really need it to be that bad, because when you do want the fish to pull drag. If it's a big enough fish, you don't want them to bend out those treble hooks, or to pull the hooks out of their own mouth. So that reel is pretty key. Make sure you set it up to for lure. Dial it in, you'll be just fine. Now, with this setup, I've tried a couple different lines. You know, pound test line, you know, braided line, not fluorocarbon. Mostly it's braided line. You don't want fluorocarbon line on Topwater bait, because fluorocarbon sinks faster than the other lines, and that's going to bring the nose of your bait down, and you're going to lose the action that you want. It's not going to, you know, work properly, is what I'm trying to say. So you want to stay with the fluorocarbon line. What I typically do is I do a braid to a monofilament leader. I don't want to say monocarbon, but they don't make that. I don't think so anyways, but I'll use a braid to a monofilament leader. And right now I actually got it set up as straight braid, and I've been messing around with this for a while because I wanted to just try it out, because I'm tired of the knots, you know, the FG knot or the uni to uni. I mean, I'm just tired of the knots. I just want straight line. Well, the one thing I've noticed with the monofilament line will do, the leader, you can even just do a short one. And that's probably what I'm going to do on this one. Do a short leader. So the reason why I want that is because a lot of times the hooks will actually get into this line. And it's crazy. I've seen some things, like I've had a hook, I had one of my treble hooks pierce the center of my line. How does that happen? I have no idea, but it happened. And as you can tell, this is kind of beat up right here, and that is actually from the hooks. And so what I will throw, I mean, what I've thrown on here, I think this is either 20 or 30 pound braided line. I think it actually might be 30. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 30 pound braided, make sure it's 30 pound braided line. I mean, I could probably even go down to 20. I could go down to 20 pound braided line, and then do, say, a 14 or 15 pound, maybe I could even go a little bit heavier than that too, monofilament leader, and just do like maybe 18 inches or so, or about a foot. So that way I'm not bringing that up into my guide, my tip top guide when I'm casting, but yet I still have it in order to make this, you know, work properly and not get tangled up. So for right now, I mean, I've got a solid straight braid on there, but I do recommend putting a monofilament leader on there. I do recommend that because it works out better that way, to keep the line out of your hooks. And I've actually had it's really weird. I've actually had this line, the braided line, for some reason it wraps around in there, and the reason why is because it's more flimsy. It's more flimsy than monofilament line or fluorocarbon line. If you want, you could put fluorocarbon line, a short fluorocarbon leader on there. It's not the best, but you can do it. The reason why is monofilament floats, so you're going to want monofilament leader on there. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this rod setup for my Topwater lures for the my walking style baits. This is, I mean, this is a rod I've had set up for this for years now, and it's been working out really good. So find yourself a 7 foot, you can go a little bit less too, but I like the 7 foot medium heavy moderate fast action rod blank with a 100 series, or you know, you don't have to get the bigger end reel, but like a 100 series, you know, bait casting reel that's gonna, you know, about medium drag. You don't have to have heavy drag. And then do about 20 30 pound braided line with a monofilament leader, whatever you choose. You know, the reason why I sometimes like to have a longer leader is in case I got to retie, so I don't have to retie that one knot. But you know, try it out, you know, experiment with it, and see what works best for you. So this is what works best for me. And guys, I really appreciate you watching this video, and you know, this has been a really good setup for me for catching largemouth, smallmouth on this Topwater walking bait. So thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next video.